Hello, and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So yeah, Bitcoin continues to follow here the roadmap on the daily chart. We talked about it over the last few weeks, every single day. The potential that a major top has formed anyway. That please don't ignore that. But that's currently still not the preferred interpretation. I'm talking about major top. With major top, I mean a bull market top. That's not expected at this point. And please note that a correction, in a C wave, for example, to 100K, 102K, even that, it does not mean that a major top has formed. I think I posted it a few days ago on X that, look, in previous bull markets, we had corrections of like 30%, right? Not only in previous ones, even in this bull market, we had corrections of 30% on the Bitcoin chart. We're basically now at around, from the top, at around 11% down. We already were at around 13 to 14% in August. And so there is just nothing that would tell us that this correction is in any way unusual. Now, someone asked me on Discord if there were really any videos over the last few days or so, or weeks, that highlighted the potential for this current correction. And I said, yes, we talked about it every single day in the videos here. Now, what did we talk about? We talked about a 3-wave corrective rally into resistance. We talked about the expectation in the first half of September that we should get towards the 118K level. Absolutely every single day. And then obviously this is a resistance area, so a decision point. And decision point where the market would tell us whether we're likely in the orange scenario, which means a C wave down. So that's your potential for a decline towards the 100% extension. Or if the market can form a 5-wave move up and break above resistance, then to new highs. And if the market cannot break above resistance, then there's really only one path left, which is to the downside. Now, if this is really the C wave, only became clearer today with a 5-wave move down, and we're going to take a look at that on the smaller time frame. Some of you have asked me on Discord already if this is a 5-wave move down. We'll take a look at that on the smaller time frame. But really, to explain that, this B wave top should be followed by a C wave decline, which is a 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this wave 1 might be complete or nearly complete. The wave 2 could follow next. Wave 1 itself is a 5-wave move. We had the 5th wave down today that we were watching for. And now we should get a corrective bounce. And then we'll see. This corrective bounce obviously will validate the orange scenario further. So nothing is set in stone, but yeah, the potential for a C wave down is clearly highlighted. Now, what we shouldn't ignore is that in this area down here, 100K, 101K, maybe even down to 96K, there is a lot of support. So we will stay close to that. There are some moving averages. Now, something I showed you on the long-term chart. Let me open that, and we'll take a look at the smaller time frame. Something I showed you on the long-term chart, it's this moving average, the 21-week. Don't want to tell you anything wrong. Yeah, it's the 21-week EMA. This is one that the price has been above since April. And so I view this as a more fragile one than, for example, the 51-week EMA. But we're still holding above it. So it's currently being tested around 109K. I mean, not exactly, right? But we tested it early September. We bounced from there. And so there could be another bounce. I'm just saying, watch this area, right? Watch this area. This comes all down to the whole concept that nothing is set in stone. So while we have roadmaps, the market can deviate from the roadmaps, and we have levels in place that tell us which roadmap is currently being followed. Then some days ago, I explained that in one of the videos because it was also a question of a member. Do we have to come down in this C wave? And I said no, because there will be support levels along the way, so we have to stay close to certain relevant support parameters. Now, this one is not so important from an Elliott Wave point of view, but I would still pay close attention to this area around 109K, the 21-week moving average. Now, let's take a look at the shorter time frame for Bitcoin. Now, something that happened today is this 5-wave decline. So we basically moved from resistance into support, and now we could move from support into resistance. But the new resistance area, which I shared earlier today, already with you on Discord. So we have, as you know that already, right? Resistance is now between 114,317 to 116,402, and that is based on the low. Now, if we maybe today make another low, which can absolutely happen, then this micro resistance area would be shifted down a little bit. It's measured based on the depth of this decline. What I just want to highlight here, we have a 5-wave move down. The price formed that one more low, and now we could watch for a corrective bounce and then lower. So that's how I see it. If in the next move up, the market doesn't form 3 waves up, but 5, that's a signal that the bulls are taking the lead again. So it's about understanding by reading market structure. Where do we have support areas? Here. Where do we have resistance? Here. And who's currently in control? And currently, with a pretty clean 5-wave move down, it seems like the bears are in control short term. That can change. You know, power dynamics always shift. But for now, as long as we get only corrective bounces from here, the potential is that we will get this C wave down. Yeah, and if the wave 2 forms, the next move down could be quite violent. That's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, make sure you check out our membership options. And also, I invite you to join us on X for additional updates, charts, news, and much more. Feel free to check it out. The link is in the description and in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.